Welcome to HSE Pulse. I am Srinath Ganesh, experienced HSE professional with experience from various industries such as oil and gas, manufacturing, construction, etc. As part of IOSH Managing Safely course series, we are going to discuss about Module 1, which is Introducing Managing Safely. Kindly subscribe to HSE Pulse so that only further uploaded videos will come as a notification to your YouTube. You can also reach out to HSE Pulse team through the following contact details, either by mail of pulsehse@gmail.com or through WhatsApp contact of +919653400071. Under Module 1, Introducing Managing Safely, we are going to discuss the following topics. First topic is, why is it important to manage safely? Second topic is, what is your role in influencing managing safely? So let's go into the video and discuss the topic in a detailed manner. Why is it important to manage safely? So why we need to manage health and safety in the workplace? What is the importance in it? So there are three main reasons to manage health and safety in the workplace. Generally there are many reasons to avoid accidents, to prevent recurrence of the similar incidents in the future. So like that generally there are many reasons. As a professional way, there are three main reasons available. First reason is moral reason. People who are coming to work should go home safely. So people coming to work for their salary, to give good life to their dependents such as children, family members, etc. Suppose due to workplace accident, if that worker get injured means he can't able to come to work for some period of time. So up to that time the salary will get affected. Then suppose if the injuries take long time to heal, so their mental health will get affected. Their family members also will get affected by taking care of the injured person. So these are the difficulties the injured person along with the family members they are facing. It is morally unacceptable because for the company's achievement of the target, people are coming to work for their salary and working very hard. So getting injured due to workplace accident is morally unacceptable. So the company should manage health and safety in the workplace in a proper manner in order to avoid accidents and injuries to the people. Second reason is legal reason. Wherever the company is operated, the company need to comply with the legal rules and regulations. So in which country the company is operated at. Suppose if the company has not provided safe workplace, safe equipment to operate, so during the inspection of the legal authorities, they can able to take severe enforcement actions. It might be in the form of penalties, fines, or imprisonment, or prosecution, which is starting the court case against the company. So these are the legal actions. In order to avoid these legal consequences by the enforcement authorities, the company should manage the health and safety in the workplace in a better manner. Third reason is financial reason. Suppose if the accident is happening in the workplace due to improper management of health and safety in the workplace. So due to accident, there are many costs will come. Suppose if the worker get injured, medical expenses, first aid expenses, then sick leave pay, then hiring the replacement worker cost. Like this, there are many costs will come. Suppose if the equipment gets damaged due to workplace accident means that equipment need to be serviced or need even replacement of that equipment itself, which will incur huge losses to the company. And then apart from that, due to accident, if the company reputation gets damaged means, so there will be reduction in the sales. If the sales is reduced, ultimately turnover will reduce. Then if the turnover get reduced means, then there will be a reduction in the profit also. In order to protect the company from the financial burden, so the company should manage health and safety in the workplace in a proper manner. What are your responsibilities as a manager? You are in the front line of safety. As a manager, you are responsible for making decisions about health and safety practices in the company wherever you are working at. A manager can assign responsibility to everyone for whatever the work, but he can't able to give the accountability. The manager is ultimately accountable. To be explained in a simple way, in a company daily need to conduct the toolbox talk. So manager is ultimately accountable. So manager can assign the responsibility of conducting toolbox talk to any engineer or to supervisor. The ultimate performer of that action will be the responsible person. The person who is ensuring that action, he is the accountable person. So in conducting the toolbox talk, either engineer or supervisor will be the responsible person who is the performer of that action. But manager, what he is doing, so he is ensuring whether toolbox talk is conducted daily or not. So he is the accountable person. He can give away the responsibility to any person, but ultimately he is the accountable person. This IOSH Managing Safely course will help you to identify your responsibilities and accountabilities as a manager, know when to act and when not to act, know whether an issue needs your attention or the attention of the senior management. Next, we are going to see some of the quizzes. So this will be helpful for your MCQ based examination during your assessment. Mostly it is numerical based. So let's see what are all the questions and discuss the answer. First question. Globally, approximately how many people die every year from a work related accident or disease? So three options has been given. First option is 5.6 million, then 1.5 million, 2.3 million. So answer is 2.3 million. Second question, approximately how many fatal accidents occur each year on construction sites around the world? Fatal accidents means death related accidents, which is indirectly how many are happening in the workplace. So they are asking in that way. So three options, 60,000, 48,000, 25,000. So answer is 60,000. Third question, across the world, how many people die from work related cancer each year? So in the companies, many chemicals are handling, fume generating chemicals or processes are involved. So due to that, cancer is occurring in the work. How many people die from work related cancer each year? That's what the question is. Three options has been given, 2,75,000, 5,56,000, 6,66,000. The answer is 6,66,000. Fourth question, in Europe alone, how many cancer deaths are linked to occupational diesel exhaust exposure? Three options has been given, 2,500, 3,500, 4,500. So answer is 4,500. Question, how many lives will asbestos have claimed globally before it's fully controlled? 15 million, 10 million, 5 million. So answer is 10 million. Which of the following does the International Labour Organization, which is ILO, say is key to tackling the growing number of work-related diseases? First option is preventing them occurring. Second option is finding a cure. So we should take steps to prevent before it is occurring to anyone. Prevention is better than curing. In perspective of that, and correct answer is preventing them occurring. Seventh question, approximately what percentage of workers worldwide have no insurance to compensate them in case of occupational diseases and injuries? Option A 80%, option B 70%, option C 60%. The answer is 70%. Eighth question, by how much can organizations that establish worker safety programs reduce their injury and illness cost? So in the company, there are many programs they are conducting, such as campaigns, trainings, mock drills, like that many programs. How that help in reducing the injury and illness cost? Option A 5 to 10%, option B 50%, option C 20 to 40%. So correct answer is 20 to 40%. Question number 9. By how much can workplace health initiatives reduce sick leave absenteeism? So in the companies, many programs will be conducted, such as mental health awareness or team lunch, team outing, or company sponsored family outing. So these type of initiatives, how it will help to reduce the sick leave absenteeism. And also health checkups are also will be conducted in the workplace frequently. Option A 27%, option B 15%, option C 5%. So answer is 27%. Question number 10. What percentage of workplace accidents could be prevented by good management? Option A 70%, option B 60%, option C 50%. So answer is 70%. Through this figure, what we come to know? So by good management, we can able to prevent many of the accidents in the workplace. So managing health and safety gives you a helping hand with your other responsibilities. So enhances your reputation. Not only a person related, it also related to the company also. So enhances the company reputation in the competitive market, so that good reputation will flow around the market and it will help to increase the performance of the company, increasing your profits. If the commercial performance of the company is very good, then ultimately profits will be increase. And reducing wastage and insurance premiums. If good health and safety management system is there in the workplace, then ultimately there will be no accidents will be there. If there is no accidents, then there will be no insurance claims. So ultimately reduced insurance premiums we can able to maintain it. And maintaining a happy and healthy workforce. If there are no accidents and if there is a existence of positive health and safety culture in the company, then all the people will be working very happily and safely. Keep your business healthy and safe by the following methods. Thinking about health and safety, prior planning the work. Before planning the work, discuss what are the hazards, what are the risks in the workplace, involve the team specialized in it, especially the HSE team, then plan the work accordingly. Talking about health and safety with your team. So usually in the companies, before starting the work, there will be a toolbox talk conducted. So utilizing that opportunity and discuss the various hazards, risks and safe methods of working in the organization, demonstrating safe and healthy behavior. We can demonstrate what is the healthy behavior, what is the safe behavior. So that will help workforce to gain clear and easier understanding, and it will help them to incorporate in their work practices. So managing health and safety is an essential part of your job, not something you do in addition to your job, so that only you can able to hear the slogan safety is always first. So in this video we have discussed about why is it important to manage safely and what are your responsibilities as a manager. So that's it about the video. I hope whatever the contents we have discussed in this video are clearer to you. Kindly subscribe to HSE Pulse so that only further uploaded videos will come as a notification to your YouTube. Also, if you require any support, you can reach out to the HSE Pulse team through the contact details published in the screen. Thanks for watching.